Hi, welcome to Health Impact East. Vic, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Vic Arora. I work with New York City Health and Hospitals. Like I mentioned, we're the largest public safety hospitals in the US. Over 20 hospitals, see about 1.5 million patients in New York. 500,000 of those are uninsured. And our flagship hospital is the Bellevue Hospital, which is the oldest in the country, opened sometime in 1730s.
Wow.
And personally, I am responsible for security and risk management. And primary function includes making sure that access to protected health information is not unauthorized, and we safeguard ourselves from all the cyber criminal activity that's happening outside.
Yeah, we really appreciate you spending the time that you did on stage talking about cybersecurity. Now, this was your first Health Impact event. What did you think about it? Did it meet or exceed your expectations? Just generally, what do you think about the format?
I think the format's really nice. I mean, the fact that there's no PowerPoint presentation, that's really good. I was thinking that we'll just have to listen and look at a few PowerPoint, and that's not there. That's good. And I also like the energy on the stage and within the audience where people get interrupted pretty much at any point, and the conversations are very real. That was my biggest distinction compared to other events, so that was terrific. Good.
No, we loved hearing that. So any quick takeaways that you'd like to share with the audience, thing you learned or discovered that was interesting?
Yeah, I think two things that I really took away was that there is a very heavy focus on innovation, and I'm very glad to see. I've been in technology all along, and that's how I moved into security, but it's very encouraging to see radiologists and some other people who are associated with patient care be more excited about technology, because we always think of doctors and caregivers as somebody who doesn't have a lot to do with technology. I mean, there are a few exceptions. So that was one, and the other was sharing the panel with Jay Kramer and listening directly from an FBI supervisory special agent about how open and candid they are about collaboration. That was definitely very helpful.
Yeah, that's great. And so what Vic is referring to is that we invited a couple of different folks from the FBI. In one of our sessions yesterday was Ari. He was a separate special agent in charge of the cybersecurity group. And today was Agent J, as we now call him, who was focused on just cybersecurity in the New York area. But they were talking about how if you're going to do cybersecurity, you want to make sure that you have a good, solid relationship with law enforcement before your events happen. And I know that you had actually talked to Jay, independent of the conference,
right,
as early as maybe last week.
That's true.
What did you guys talk about, and how did you find that experience? Was it scary? Was it interesting? What was it?
No, that's the whole point of having acquaintances within the Department and Homeland Security and the NYPD, is because when you're under pressure, when shit has hit the fan, and when you have a breach, to mention words like subpoena, court order, FBI, like I was mentioning earlier, it's a very stressful environment, and if you're hearing those words for the first time and you're talking to the authorities for the first time, it doesn't help.
Right.
So what we've done is we've just introduced ourselves to them, and then we run off some insignificant stuff that we can get more value on just by seeing if FBI is seeing more of it. So what happened last week was that we had a few malwares, and we were looking at indicators of compromise, and we just bounced it off them. Hey, are you guys seeing anything nationwide, hospital-wide, or vertical-wide? And the responses were very helpful and for us to determine what the next steps should or shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. So just having those casual, small conversations and preparing ourselves when an actual engagement happens, or just preparing ourselves.
Yeah.
So that was the nature of our previous conversation.
All right, well, very good. Well, I appreciate you coming out, and hopefully we'll see you at a future Health Impact event.
Definitely. Thanks for having me.